second official recording of it. I did one on Sunday. Turned out pretty well. Rodell, realtor. Oh, you good? Realtor, father, husband. So we're gonna get into a little marriage topic, father topic. Get into this realtor business, buying versus renting. Tell our people what they need to hear and what they need to know about that. A lot of people are still hesitant about buying homes and stuff like that, even during the pandemic, closing out on homes in the pandemic. So, yeah, let's get into that. I wish my hands up. So got action quick. All right, so how long have you been married? This is some stuff I don't even know about you, even though I know you.
Right. Been married 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah.
Okay. How's that been for you? You know, how's the married life from year one to now? Like, how have you grown through it?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, I think marriage is a good thing. Mm-hmm. It depends on, who you're married to.
Yeah. It definitely does.
Yeah, marriage has been good. I know I was hesitant about getting married at first because I met a lot of people who didn't have, good marriages. So I was hesitant, but I don't regret it.
Yeah. Father of one?
Yeah.
Yeah, a son, right?
Yeah.
How old is he now?
17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. I know you have a son. I don't know how old he is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How is He's not in North Carolina, right?
No, he actually lives in Virginia.
In Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay. How's that been? Like, because I feel like some people would relate to that as far as being I should say a distant father at some point.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with that? Like, what's the pros and cons with it?
Well, there's things that I want to teach him. Of course, I want him to be closer to me.
Yeah.
But he wants to be with his mom. So, and there's a lot of things that I want to teach him. As far as I think only a man could be able to teach his son. As far as this world and as far as navigating through life. As far as career, jobs, relationships that a mother can't teach their son. So being long distance, it kind of gets to me because I wish he was closer. So I can see him more often.
I can understand that being a child of divorce and being a son of someone, of course. I think it was more so the situation at the time. I did choose to be with my mom a little bit more. I just think it's more of a maternal thing. I don't think it's anything against good dads, great fathers, what you're doing, what you're not doing. I don't think it's anything like that. And not speaking for your son, but I just know when I was when they went through that period of time and I had divorced parents or whatever. I just chose to go to mom house, just big baby, just went to mom house and I love seeing my dad, love being around him and stuff like that, but it was just like staying somewhere, little boys up under their mom, you know what I'm saying? I definitely feel, just being able to teach and lead them through the world a little bit. It can be a little bit more difficult, but it's possible. As long as y'all keep in contact, keep in touch like that. But I just feel like, everybody has different circumstances like that. It touches different people. So when you talk about that, somebody's watching this is gonna be like, hey, I deal with that too. I'm in another state, or they may have an even younger son. And I actually have a brother of mine that his son is like in another state for periods of time at a younger age. He used to be here full time. So just it's like a little tug of war, but I know y'all enjoy that time and y'all do get it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No more children.
No more children.
No more children. It's just the one son.
Yeah.
Life. People know you a little bit. Again, you can introduce yourself again if you want to.
Yeah. And my name is Rodell McNeil, Realtor in North Carolina. started practicing real estate in Connecticut. Moved out here. Just the cost of living, and just wanted to move to a place where there was a little bit less people, a little bit laid back. The years have passed. I moved here around 2011.
Okay.
So, what I was searching for down here, with the laid back is constantly growing. So
yeah, it's getting a little bit more busier out here.
Yeah.
Where are you originally from again?
I'm originally from New York.
Okay.
Yeah, grew up in the church. Father's a pastor. Grew up in the whole church scene, and basically live my life in church. So
yeah, me too. What part of New York? I know people want
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
You gotta shout it out.
Brooklyn, New York. Lived there for some time. Then moved out to Long Island. Got the best of both worlds of the urban environment, suburb environment, and it's a great experience. So
you feel like it's because I met a lot of people in college who were, I say, from up north, Maryland on up. Do you like it better here?
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
it's slower, right?
Yeah, it's slower. In New York, everything's a hustle. Every day is a hustle. Getting on the train, traveling to work. Here's more easy living.
Yeah.
So, I go to work, come back home, and it's a easier life.
Okay. Do you go back and visit often?
Yeah, sometimes I go up there and visit
my parents still live there?
Yeah, my mother still lives up there. So sometimes I go back up there. But when I do go up there, I can't wait to come back. So it's a great city to have fun in.
Yeah.
So
what were the and I asked because I was in the church scene as well growing up, like just heavy in it. A lot of people don't grow up in a church. Like how has that made you? How has that helped you in life? I've had difficulty as far as people being in church and not being of church.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people in smaller towns and smaller churches, a lot of churches can preach what they want to preach. And tell you what they want to tell you how you should be doing something, but they're not necessarily doing that same thing. So,
I basically think that's all across the board. People saying one thing and then doing another.
Yeah.
So, as far as church, everybody, most of the people are very judgmental.
Yeah.
I think they're more closed-minded, not open-minded.
Yeah.
It's basically what I ran into. I do have my own beliefs.
Yeah.
Outside of church.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things as far as the Bible and things of that nature that it's some things I preach that it's not even in the Bible. So
I feel that.
I
just like to ask because
sometimes things are getting added on. To make other people more comfortable. So.
Yeah. Just being relatable. It's one of those things where, like you said, I don't say I have my own religion. I'm not really big on religion. I grew up in a Christian environment, but I do believe in there is a God, and most people instinctively know what's right and wrong without reading the Bible, without anybody telling you. Most people know what's right and wrong, and
true.
And there are some people that take advantage of, you growing up in church, try to manipulate you a certain way. Like you said, they're more closed-minded. I am starting to see more churches, mega and smaller churches that are being more innovative. It's not as judgmental because I do, I'm with you on that. Like any religion could be some of the most judgmental people because of their beliefs, and it takes the the humane part out of it sometimes.
Right.
You don't feel human when you walk in that sanctuary. And I understand it to a certain point. There was always things where I was just like, one thing I've heard recently a pastor say, that's what they need to be. Like if they dress a certain way or if they drink or, if they smoke too much or something like that, that's what they're supposed to be to get better. You can't just be like, you do this or you can't come. You can't come into the sanctuary perfect, stuff like that.
Right.
And then, like you said, that is across the board in life. Like I feel like church prepares you for how things happen in life as well. So, everything is not what it seems.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody's not gonna be perfect in every job and every sport, even in every marriage. You know, me being married too. You know, there's a lot of growth and we got married. I mean, we've been together super young, so
Right.
you know, there's a lot of growth and stuff like that. So yeah, we both kind of grew up in church. So you know, again, this relatability. The people who watch, you know, I want them to, you know, I want to be transparent with them. But you know, off of that, let's get to the realtor business. The buying versus renting. I guess you could say, you know, I can kind of let you lead this. I'm not a realtor. Thanks for helping me get my home. So we did close with Rodell, and he's closed with many other people before us and after us. So just want to hear your thoughts on, you know, being a realtor. If anybody wants to be one, and we kind of split it up. So you know, how's it been for you in this area?
Real estate's been good. It's a lot of competition.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of shortage of homes on the market. So definitely the homes are going overpriced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, offer does have to be competitive. It's in the seller's best interest right now.
Yeah.
You know, the seller has the say, and they can pick and choose the best deal. So the offer definitely has to be competitive. So also with you know, there's a shortage of lumber,
Mm-hmm.
which would offset the prices with the new home construction and things of that nature,
Mm-hmm.
which is driving up the price of, you know, building a home, because the lumber package is going to cost more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely making it difficult for buyers, and I think North Carolina wasn't prepared for how many people was, you know, moving down here.
Yeah.
So we have a real shortage of homes down here. So
yeah. And it's definitely a down here thing. Like so many people are, from when I was in high school to now, like, are coming from up north for a, you know, like you said, cost of living, a slower pace, and it's like all the businesses are coming here. You know, Amazon came here. Epic Games just came here.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that does Fortnite. So they're offering all these jobs, and people are moving for them. You know, they're going to Amazon. They're going to Epic Games. They're getting into the real estate market here. So yeah, I hear that a lot. You know, people come here, like you said, and they stay, and they buying these townhomes. I never knew how people could. Maybe it's a financial thing, but a lot of people buy homes without even seeing them. From what I've heard.
Oh yeah.
Like they're in another state and they just purchase.
Yeah, just have one. A client of mine was interested in the home, and you know that we have a coming soon. Coming soon is the house is not actively on the market, but it was dated to come out this weekend. Let my client know it was coming on the market. We'll be able to preview it this weekend. Open up, see the property again. It was under contract.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by law, realtors, you know, when the home is in the coming soon phase, no realtor is supposed to be able to, you know, view the property with their client until it's in active status.
Yeah.
So only way that, you know, someone can buy the home is just submit an offer sight unseen.
Oh, okay. So that's most of the time how people get in before you actually, you know,
actually before it's actually open up to everybody.
Yeah. So just put in an offer without seeing.
Right.
Yeah. I could never do it. I don't know. You know, I guess it's one of those things. If it's not your first home, you're not as worried about it. Like, hey, I just want to get to North Carolina, or hey, I just want to get to this area. Let's just buy it. It's our price. 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. Let's just get it. They don't really care.
Right.
So I mean, I always wonder, you know, how does, because I mean, we went through that when we were looking through some houses. You know, we look at a house, and then the next morning, offer, like pretty much was closed out and stuff like that. So now I just feel like I thought people just working behind the scenes. You know, something was crazy going on, but they're putting that offer sight unseen.
Yeah, definitely discourages a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, from actually wanting to get a house. Some people have just given up because you know, they see the house that they want and they're not chosen. Their offer's not chosen.
Yeah.
You know,
I went through that a little bit. Yeah.
Some houses going $20,000 overpriced and things of of that nature. So, it's definitely discouraging. But,
Yeah.
I tell, my clients and buyers to, just stay patient. Just, I mean, if you really want a house, just keep at it,
Yeah.
and something to, pop up and you'll be able to get it.
Yeah. I think that's what, I'm big on, like, I wouldn't say I'm big on, my thing was patience with it. I'm not really picky with it. You're picking a home with your wife and, they want certain things. And I know a lot of ladies, it's the master bathroom and it's the kitchen.
Right.
What does that look
And
like?
the closet space, because they got a whole bunch of shoes.
Got a closet space and stuff like that. So I feel like, even though we had to pass on some of the things that we wanted, it all came together in a spot where, hey, this is what we needed. We got, you get the yard and you get the closet space, you get the bathroom. She hit me when I say that she wants, we wanted it, but she wanted it, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
But, just being able to, be patient with it, because we definitely saw some homes we wanted, that may have been out of, could have been out of the price range at the time. We learned that HOA could make a difference in that, as far as like what the banks give you and stuff like that. I guess you could say, what words would you have to encourage people credit wise? Because a lot of people are just like, my credit ain't even 600, or my credit is just stuck at 620 or whatever. What encouragement would you give them?
Your credit can always be built up. Credit is definitely an important factor in buying a home, and it's something that you have to watch and work on. It's credit and savings, so you'll be able to get pre-qualified for a home.
Yeah.
So there are ways. Well, I know you leaving my link and below. There are ways that you can buy a home, with no money down. You can always message me or reach out to me through my contact info.
Yeah.
And I'll be able to let you as a future homeowner know the ways that you can go about doing it if you don't have enough money saved up.
Yeah.
But credit is definitely a important factor, because banks want to know that you pay your bills on time and you're just responsible with payments. They want to get their money back from their investment. So
Yeah.
So I think that the biggest misconception of purchasing a home is that it's very difficult.
Yeah.
I don't think it's difficult at all. You might have some objects or certain things that's holding you back, but they can always be fixed. There's always a solution to the problem.
Yeah.
So
I feel like patience within that realtor, you're working with the right people, make you more comfortable too. I wasn't really big, like, as far as the credit part of it, it is a little discouraging, because we actually looked with someone else like 3-4 years ago when we were first looking. And it was like difficult, just like what they pre-approved you for. Getting pre-approvals in certain areas, and you're just like, there's no way I'm getting anything good with this.
right.
I know people who have been qualified for like 150, and they're just like, I'm not even gonna try in this, Wake County area or whatever in North Carolina, because 150 is not getting what I want, 180 is not getting what I want. But I feel like you said, you put yourself in the right hands, you pretty much get what you want, you get what you need.
Yeah.
And I don't feel, I feel like first home, I'm a person that likes to go big or go home. Like, I want what I want.
Right.
But I will say, purchase something. Like, if you stuck at 200, 210, or you stuck at a price that you don't know, you can't get that one you saw, but you can get a nice townhome, you get something, you have enough space, get it. I would say go ahead and jump out there. That would be not necessarily advice, but just what I've seen be, positive for people, especially equity wise.
Yeah, and that's what I've seen. Dealing with people, they want to jump out to their dream home when they first try.
Yeah, I had that mindset first.
Yeah.
I did.
And it doesn't work that way. Most people, when you see them in $500,000 home, they started at $120,000 home.
Yeah.
So it's something that you definitely you work your way up to your dream home. You know.
Yeah.
I advise people to stay in their home. Even if it's not your dream home, you might want a 2-car garage, but you might have to settle for a 1-car garage or a no-car garage just to get started.
That's that word that nobody like right there. Nobody wants to settle, man. I'm one person, I'm gonna be honest with you. When we were looking for a home like this last time, when we just knew we were gonna purchase, I couldn't have done a 1-car garage. I can't. I don't like how they look just personally.
Right.
Like just from the outside looking in. And I know that some people like that. You know, they have certain, just certain things about certain objects, even if it's not a house, even if it's a car, they just can't. Like I ride by and I see 1-car garage and I'm just like, why did they get that? It's just how I feel. Like it's pointless to me, but I get it. I just don't like the way it looks.
Right.
To the person. So I can understand, people, go big or go home, or they want to, like you said, get their dream home the first time. I know I wasn't getting a $500,000 house the first time, but when we would have put them on a 1-car garage, it would have been like, nah. I wouldn't even take you out of one of those. It would have been like, nah, we're not even going there.
Right.
That's just me personally just looking into it. And I do know, to compromise with a spouse as far as like what you want. I just wanted a yard. Like I'm easy. I don't really care, man. I just wanted a yard.
Right.
We could have shared a closet. I don't really care. I put my clothes under the bed. I want a yard. I want to purchase a home. I wanted to be a homeowner. So,
lucky for you, you got everything you wanted.
Yeah. So with you, I didn't know all the lingo in realtor business, the PMI and stuff like that. And you were saying that you can get that taken off your loan after purchasing a home.
Yeah, you can get the PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. So if you don't put down 20%, what the banks will do is they'll tack on extra fee, which is called the private mortgage insurance, just to protect their investment. And you can get the private mortgage insurance taken off after 2 years. Okay. So they'll send an appraiser or realtor out to your home. I think the fee is about $300 to $400
for the
to start the removal.
Okay.
Yeah, to start the removal. And what they'll do is they'll compile all the data from all the homes sold and was actively on the market, just to see have your home risen in value, and you have to have 25% equity.
Oh, equity.
Equity in your home for the PMI to be removed.
Okay. So those pictures and outside and inside, they matter?
Yeah, definitely.
So just making sure the house is
they definitely want to see the condition of the home inside and out.
If it fails, do they just not do it? Like if they don't like the condition of it, do they just be like, nah, you can't take it off?
Well, then if something's damaged in the home, depending on what's damaged, they might not, approve it, or you have to compare the condition of your home to other homes that's sold. To make sure it's up to date and it's a comparable home to other homes that you're pricing it against.
So the last little segment, what are your goals in real estate? Is this something you're going to retire from? Do you show commercial properties?
No, I don't show commercial.
Is that another type of license?
There is other agents, commercial real estate agents that show commercial properties, strip malls, and you probably pass a sign in a strip mall and you'll see a sign out there. Leasing space, we have space, that's for commercial agents.
Would you want to do that, or is that something you just want the home side of it?
Yeah, that's not an interest of me. I like, showing homes, selling homes. It's not something that, makes me excited to go inside. Not unless there's some clothes or something.
It's not as much to show, I would think. You just pretty much showing a square space, and this is where the restroom is. Okay. So what are your goals in real estate? Like, are there any big plans, short-term goals?
Well, I do have some big plans in real estate. I would like to go into the development side. Building apartment buildings, multi-family houses. houses and you know, since there's a home shortage,
Yeah.
building homes, also helping other people make money through real estate investments. So
Okay.
I think the two big vehicles of gaining wealth and gaining passive income is through real estate. If you're not going to invest in real estate or you think it's too much, I
Yeah.
think that you should be in stocks.
Yeah.
So it's either stocks or real estate. So
Okay.
yeah.
Have you seen stocks help people get homes?
Oh
As far
yeah,
as, like,
definitely.
Would it be more so the money they make? Or is that counted? That's not counted on credit stuff, is it?
Yeah, that's definitely counted as income.
Oh, it's counted. Okay.
Yeah. Other, just, the stock market. We've been in a flourishing economy, so they say.
Yeah.
The stock market
Yeah.
has been going up and up. So there's definitely people that's just with the GameStop.
Yeah.
I heard about this guy who turned 50,000 into 22 million. So
With the GameStop?
yeah, GameStop stock.
Yeah.
When it shot up. So
It's shooting up, do you think, because the pandemic is, it's kind of subsiding. I know there's still stuff going on, but like it's kind of steady now, and they're opening things back up. So you think like people getting into stocks now in this March, February time, 2021, by the end of the year, like it's rising because things are opening back up? Is that pretty much how it works?
yeah, it's definitely off of the news of the stimulus and the vaccines and
Yeah.
they're thinking their businesses are gonna go back to where they used to be. So
I'm not gonna label you a financial advisor, but what would you advise people, especially like, people who are still looking into buying homes and stuff like that, just been on the realtor side, to do with their stimulus check?
Well, I would suggest you to save it, but if you don't save it and just invest it.
Yeah.
1,400. That can any little bit of money can that you can stash away is great.
So just back on the goals, just touch base on it again. So not wanting to go into commercial as far as yourself, as far as a realtor, but you would want to build commercially. Like when you say apartments and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you would want to build commercially like with a group of people.
Right.
I think you were telling me about that before. Build with a group of people. Is there a certain type of credit they would have to have if they were interested in partnering with you?
If you're partnering with me and my business Cash for Homes .today,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to have no credit. You just have to have cash.
Is that okay?
Or the minimum investment amount just to get started.
Okay. Do you have a minimum investment about that?
Yeah, it's 20,000.
20,000. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We purchase land acquisitions, and we have a builder ready that will be able to build homes or on the property and be able to sell them and make a profit.
Okay.
And that's a great way to passive income. If you're an investor, you don't have to do anything, just invest the money. So it's like investing in stocks. And the difference between real estate and stocks is stocks fluctuate.
Yeah.
You could be up $100 and then the next day you're down 50. But as far as rent or selling a property, it doesn't fluctuate too much unless you have a bad housing crash.
Yeah.
So,
it's definitely something I like land. I don't know what it is, man. It's so appealing to me now. Since we closed on the home, every time we ride past some land, I'm just like, we should get this. I don't know what we're gonna put on it, but we should try to buy this or something like that.
Yeah.
I do even before commercial, like you said, I do really want to invest in land.
Oh yeah. Yeah, land is a good investment. I've seen a few new construction coming over here.
Yeah, definitely. And I see them all the time, and sometimes I think it's really hard to find out who owns certain things. Like you can see a piece of land that don't have a sign on it.
Right.
And you can ride by a couple months later and somebody has bought it. So I'd be wondering how are they getting it if they don't, if they don't know it's for sale. but I guess they just kind of online looking for it and stuff.
Yeah, you can go to the real estate tax records.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what I would do. The land doesn't have an address. You know, but if you see a house next to it, you can search on that the real estate tax records map,
Yeah.
and they'll show you, you know, property owners if it's land or homes.
Okay.
Then you have to go through the whole process of, you know, getting in contact with the owner. But usually the owner's, you know, address is listed, you know, on the real estate tax records.
So even if it's on the tax records and it's not technically for sale, you can put it on. You just get in contact with them and offer for it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And see if they're interested in selling it.
And so
Yeah.
something. Okay. With the commercial part, would you want to be more inner city or on the outskirts?
You know, I love showing homes. It doesn't matter inner city or the outskirts.
Well, no, the commercial.
Commercial.
When you say you want to build, is
Oh.
there a certain area you want to build?
Oh yeah, I
or
definitely
build
want
up?
to build on the outskirts. Yeah.
Build on the outskirts. Okay.
You know, because you know Raleigh has become way expensive.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of people that you know don't want the city life. They want, you know, when they finish working, they want to come home to something that's more peaceful.
That's it. Yeah.
So, and with this current event, you know, living on the outskirts, you come in contact with too many people, you can keep your distance and you know stay safe.
I don't know if you realize how far out we came. Saw a couple horses the other day. Just be walking down the road with their owners.
Oh wow!
Yeah, man, it takes me back home.
I didn't know it was that.
Yeah, back here, man. Cause you know back home, I have a side of my family that they have horses. They ride them. They have like a ranch type style at their grandparents' house. And you know, I rode horses when I was smaller. But yeah, I see them, especially weekends. They're walking down the road. You know, it doesn't bother me. Like I say, I'm considered more of a country boy or whatever. I got accustomed to some of the city life, you know. I don't want to call it bougie or whatever, but you know, I like my certain things. Like you said, once it's time to calm down and get out of the inner city, it's kind of, you know, having a yard. You know, it's like what, 6, 7 houses on this road. I'm not in like a subdivision.
Right.
So you know, one of the last things we touch on is how do you feel about HOA versus not having, because we don't have HOA out here. But does it matter to you, you know, when showing homes, or you know, do you think they could be a little bit more too expensive for what they offer?
Oh yeah, the HOAs, you know, will make your monthly payment go up. With HOAs, there's restrictions on what you can do with your own home. You know, if you wanted to change something on your home on the outside, you would have to get approval from the HOA board.
Yeah.
You know, not having an HOA, you know, you have a little bit more flexibility on what you can change on your home, things of that nature. But
So with HOA, as far as like building, like a buddy of mine, he was saying that they couldn't even change, like they wanted a certain color on their home, and he was like, nah, we're building it this color.
right.
Like they have the authority to do that, and that's not really through HOA. Is that just through the builder's contract?
Oh, that's through the HOA.
That's through HOA as well. Okay.
Yeah, you know, they have, you know, restrictions because they want the neighborhood to be upkept and, you know, look a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
But the HOA do offer things. There's some HOAs that'll, you know, take care of your roof, keep up the maintenance on your roof.
Oh, okay.
Do the landscaping, street lights. So some HOA communities have a community pool.
Yeah.
And they'll just make sure that the property and the grounds is, you know, kept up tight.
Okay. I have seen HOAs, especially with the grounds, is like the townhome HOAs. They definitely like cut the grass all the time and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, you know, we got some good info. Got to meet Rodell in this Wake County area, and I'm pretty sure you show houses outside of Wake County, because I know we went outside of Wake County.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, anything you want to tell the people or tell them where to find you? Because I'm working with great people. So, you know, anything you want to tell them about real estate or anything you tell them about yourself?
All right. Yeah, if you're interested in buying a home, no matter what situation that you're in, there's always a solution to the problem. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. I can always give you the best advice, and I do have a team of people that would help you with any circumstance that you're in.
Yeah.
If you want to start looking at homes or want to get in contact with me, you can go to rodellcells.com.
Okay.
Or you want to reach me by email is rodellcells@gmail.com.
Alright. We'll have all that down below for you. It's a little chilly in here for him today. The weather just straight changed up on us. So I try to keep it a little heated up in here. But yeah, it's pretty good, man.
Alright.
Pretty good.
Nice talking to you.
Appreciate it.